Good day to you this end of June. I'm kind of going to be breaking a little bit of what I said I was going to do. I said I was going to do the color purple, and this is probably a good case why you need to not promise people as to what movie I'm going to review next because I don't review it. Um, Last night I went to see the movie Supergirl, and it doesn't really fit into my vibe of United States of America 250 years. Although I will get back to that some point next weekend. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna do a review of Independence Day. Uh, but today we're looking at the movie Supergirl that came out this weekend. And the reason I really wanted to review this because it was fresh on my mind. It's a new movie, but also because I want to kind of react to the way the world is reacting to this movie, the way they've been dealing with it. But before we get to that, let's play the trailer and check that out.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Try to
Clark.
come back to that a little bit.
I have no people. Home is wherever you are, buddy.
As I walk this land of road,
Crypto and I at least had each other.
I have visions of
Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But luck, almost by definition, runs out. What can I do?
The brigands carry the antidote on that person. He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
It's the crime of the Yellow Hills. Who murdered my innocent family.
Just do what I say. And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
now what becomes of the broken hearted. All I know is now we parted.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
Peace of mind. I'll be searching everywhere just to find someone to care.
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry. A lot of pain, huh? A lot of suffering.
There is no home without you, buddy.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
All right, so that is the trailer to the movie Supergirl. And I wanted to react to this and respond to this. I mean, look at the IMDb, it's at 6.1 out of 10. 10 is the average review, 58% on Rotten Tomatoes, 77% audience score. Let's see what the other ones have. Tracked, the website I'm looking at, 69% positive. Now, see, I'm going to first deal with the lead into this movie, the way people have reacted to this. I kind of almost felt like I was almost obligated to go see this movie. And the reason is not just because I'm a superhero fan. I'm a fan of superhero films. It's because, and I am that. I like superhero movies. I'm trying to support James Gunn's DC universe. I want to see it succeed, not because I'm not really. I mean, I like James Gunn movies, but I'm not like devoted to his movies. But I like DC. I like DC Comics. I like Batman. I like Superman. Things like that. And I want to see them have good movies. I love the DCAU. I still think is amazing. It's still great to watch. I love to see that brought on a cinematic level, that quality of storytelling, and that quality character building. And honestly, we're still waiting for it. I'm going to get to this in a little bit, but I'm going to support that. But the thing is that through this right now, you have people who are still clinging to the Zack Snyderverse, and I've talked about I think I've talked about the Snyderverse in other videos before. Um, and there's politics that are going on. People are calling this movie woke. It really wasn't woke. I mean, maybe in a future movie it will be, but there wasn't anything strongly woke. I mean, she's rescuing girls from human trafficking. I don't think that's woke. I think both conservatives and liberals would be on board with that. I mean, the people who would call that woke, because I actually heard somebody try to claim, "Oh, look, there's a girl saving girls." I was like, so woke. Actually saw that in a review, and I'm like, weren't you the people that were championing the movie Sound of Freedom, which was about I mean, granted, that's a true story, but it's about a guy rescuing people that are in human trafficking. Aren't you some of the same people that are demanding the release of the Epstein files, rightfully so, and that all this information be revealed? It's so why? How's that woke? It's not woke, okay? But the other thing is the big reason. The thing that just drives me nuts that I've been watching on social media is the way people have been talking about Millie. And I apologize if I mispronounced her name, but Millie Alcock, the actress who plays Supergirl. And the way people are talking about her, it's just wretched. I mean, the word we would use this is bullying. I mean, people are outright just bullies towards this poor girl. And all they're talking about is, oh, she looks like a boy. And I'm like, not really. I mean, are you blind? I mean, I guess, it's like, I don't see how she looks like a boy. They keep saying, oh, she's so ugly. Ugly girls have to have a chance too. I saw that in a post. And I'm like, what? So one of the things she came under fire because she made this comment, that these toxic posts, and there's so many of them, it's insane. This is kind of like one of the reasons why I honestly am telling you right now, don't even have to wait for me to hear it. Say it. I think people should go watch this movie and go support it, because I kind of think of it like, because I saw the movie and I'm going to straight up say I thought it was a good movie. It's not, I don't think it's politically charged in any noticeably obvious way. And it's a decent movie. It's not like I'm telling you go support Madam Web, because that was not a very good movie. It's not like I'm telling you to support Captain Marvel, where there's definitely some political undertones going on in there. This is just, it's a good movie. It's part of me almost feels like it's that girl who is like in high school and she's just getting bullied relentlessly by the other girls, except for here, I don't know if it's the other girls, it's just the internet, social media just saying horrible things about her, and you feel so bad for the kid. You feel so bad for the girl. You're just like, man, knock it off, people. Quit. I have not nice word. I'm here a pastor, and I can't use the words that I like to say about the people that keep talking the way they do about this poor girl. She's a human being. The comment she made that she came under fire about was, she said that all these people are saying these toxic things, or saying these bad things, and she looks at the profile and says, I'm a Christian dad. And she's like miffed by it. And she's right to be miffed. She's not attacking Christian dads. She's miffed by the fact that people that are claiming to be Christians are talking like this. And they're not acting like Christians. That is what she's miffed of. It's not an attack against Christian dads. It's a problem with people claiming to be Christian dads and talking like this. Imagine if you this person is really a Christian dad. Imagine them talking about somebody talking about their daughter the way they are talking about her. You would probably punch them in the face. I mean, that is what she was talking about. And this is the problem, and this is it's one of those reasons you gotta I know I need to get off social media. I just need to stop using it. Period. Because I honestly was just starting to just get downright angry at the way people are talking. Because at the end of the day, she is she a celebrity? Yes. Is she an actress? Yes. But she's a human being. I get that you want your Snyderverse movies. I get that some of you really like Melissa Benoist. Is that how you pronounce her name? From the Supergirl series. And I get that. And by the way, which by the way, it's really ironic when people are backing that and say, I don't want to support this new Supergirl that's woke. I support the Melissa Benoist one. And I'm like, did you watch your series? But anyways, you're being a little inconsistent there. And and don't get me wrong, I thought she was a good Supergirl too. And honestly, if I were the person in charge and I was laying out the blueprint of a Supergirl that I would look for, I would probably design it more again because I like the DCAU. I probably would go the route of what the DCAU did, and I'd probably be looking like I would be thinking maybe like a not Sarah Michelle Gellar now because she's obviously older, but think of what Sarah Michelle Gellar was for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I would have gotten that type of an actress, except for obviously now, to play Supergirl. I think that's where I would probably go, root her into the high school type thing, and I you know, I think that'd be kind of interesting. Imagine, I mean, it's kind of the Smallville type thing. That's what Smallville was kind of interesting because you had this guy that had these superpowers and he's adjusting to being that teenage life. Well, what and I do like the idea of dealing with super. So, imagine like having being Supergirl, having those superpowers, and being in high school and dealing with all the drama that's in high school and having to restrain yourself from using the stuff, and not to mention the past emotional trauma she has. I think that'd have been an interesting story. But that being said, I accept what they've done. They went a different route. I've heard a lot of people say that this is supposedly ripping off Guardians of the Galaxy or Star Wars, and to be fair, I see that. I see it's similar to elements of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's similar to elements that you find in like the Mandalorian or some other Star Wars things. But let's be honest, it's a genre. It's not stealing, it's a genre. That's why it's similar. I would actually compare it to Firefly. That's honestly what it reminds me of. Even the ship that she's flying looks kind of like, Serenity. And so the movie has so here's my review on the movie. And I'm kind of church starts and I got to get ready for church here in a few minutes. But I thought the movie is I thought she was a good. I think that Millie she's a good Supergirl. She did the at role well. I'm not saying she's outstanding out of this world, like best. She should win an Oscar, but I think she did well. She did the assignment well. Um, Jason Momoa, I like him as. Oh my goodness! I didn't even realize this. I'm just looking at the cast. I'm going to get back. Sorry, but anyways, Jason Momoa was awesome as Lobo. Um, I just noticed this. The person who plays Kara's yeah, that's sorry. Um the the person that plays her dad is the Zor-El is the same guy that played the head elf in Santa Claus. Hi, I just caught that. But anyways, I knew I recognized him. I didn't now I just realized who he was. But the action sequences were pretty good. Special effects were a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes it was a little bit choppy. Uh, here you see on my zoomed up the screen that I have in the corner here is from Tract, and I like to use their stuff. And here, this is where the negative. It says the negative: predictable and unoriginal plot, whatever. Lack of emotional depth, disappointing action sequences, weak villain. I disagree. I think the action sequence was fine, although I think they played the um the Guardians, the Yondu with the arrows, um, style action scene. They did it twice in the movie. I think they're doing that too much. I think they got to come up with another way to do that. Don't get me wrong. I think those scenes are kind of cool at times, but if you do it too much, it's kind of has a decreasing um, value if you do it too much. The villain, weak, yeah, kind of. I think he was a pretty evil dude. I mean, the stuff that he was doing was pretty horrible. I mean, even the little, by the way, the line where she refers to Eve Ridley's character as merchandise. That's how human traffickers work. It's really disturbing. Um, but this is, I would say, this is the original. The problem I would say is a lack of emotional depth. Um, and the reason I say that's a problem is because the movie, um, she's definitely a character with trauma, significant trauma, and that's driving her. That's why she starts out the way she is. She's an alcoholic. Let's just put it that way. She is, and she's very messed up. She's a very broken person. But they don't play with that enough. They don't do enough with it. And my honest thought when it came out of the movies, I thought this was a good movie, but I think there was a better movie somewhere. It's almost like there's things are cut out, and some of the stuff I'm starting to hear from some of the blogs and the news is that they cut out a lot of scenes, and I kind of wonder how much good stuff was cut out. And so, um, I feel like there's needs to be work on the script. The other thing is, I do think that um, I've been noticing some of these origin changes with Supergirl. I also saw some with Superman. James Gunn's verse is kind of treading lightly with this because if they do too much and they change the wrong thing, people will, even the people who are supportive of James Gunn will rebel. All right. And some of the things I'm seeing, it's kind of starting to remind me of um the X-Men universe, Fox's X-Men. Because that's something they did. They kept changing too much of the origin of the source material, and they're changing the wrong stuff. And eventually the universe fell apart and it became unwatchable and not any good anymore. And I'm really worried that what James Gunn is, he's teetering there. He's got to be careful. There's changes he's made, and I'm not going to say all of them. I'm not going to go through all of it because honestly, I can't remember all of it. Um, I do like how it does deal with mental health. I like that you saw it in the trailer. There's a one part where she said Clark says you need to find your people. That's a common thing people say to people who are struggling with depression. Um, and I thought that was, but again, they didn't really relish in it. They didn't really dig into who this character is. And if the next time we're going to see her is in Man of Tomorrow, where there's all these other characters, it's going to be tough to do it again unless they got Thunderbolts quality writing. They're going to come out short with it. So I thought it was a good movie. Go support it. Stand against this toxicity. I mean, many of you supported movies like Aquaman. I think Aquaman was on par quality wise. Lobo, by the way, I will say Lobo. There was not enough Lobo. We got to see more Lobo somewhere. But there's been other movies that have been on par quality wise. You all supported. You went in droves to it. Go support this. Stand against. This is kind of like standing up against the bully. Support this poor girl that's getting just torn apart by people claiming to be Christian and acting anything but Christian in the way they talk about her. So, so there's my review. Hope you do. If you do see it, I hope you enjoy it. One question has been asked: is it appropriate for kids? I kind of think of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in terms of appropriateness. It's about the same level of content. So parents, think of if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3, ask if you would bring your kid to see it, and if so, you could probably take them to Supergirl. So that's my thought on that. So blessings in Jesus' name, amen.